Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. I'm WTV's Kyle Strickland, coming to you from my bedroom on day 5 of the Frisco ISD COVID-19 e-learning system. On Friday, College Board announced their plans for amending the AP test due to COVID-19. WTV's Cooper Regal has the details.
Many changes have been made to the daily routines of people due to the COVID-19 virus, one of which, for students, is AP testing. Due to the virus, all AP tests will now be taken online at home. According to the College Board website, for each AP subject there will be 2 different testing dates. The full exam schedule, specific free response question types that will be on each AP exam, and additional testing information will be available by April 3rd. This is something that's never been done before and can have big effects on students, like senior Isabella Knott.
I just have a very hard time focusing, and so if it's at home and I have all these distractions around me, obviously I don't know how they're going to completely handle it and how they're going to control it to where people can't cheat or that kind of stuff. I'm kind of still very confused about the term online AP testing, and my main worry is basically just that I'm not going to be able to focus.
This new way of testing doesn't just affect students, but teachers as well.
I'm just kind of skeptical about that for 2 reasons. One is I think students are pretty creative with how they can cheat, and so they could collaborate in some way or cheat in some way. So that's an obstacle to online testing. And secondly, typing an essay is a significantly different experience from writing an essay. And I know in AP classes, they handwrite all their essays throughout the year. So that's going to be a pretty big adjustment for students if they have to now type instead of write. On a positive side, I think students can prepare for what they're going to experience. I think AP teachers could require typed essays rather than handwritten essays for the remainder of the year, and students could really be trained in how to appropriately use a testing environment that's in the comfort of their own home. So even though there are obstacles, I think it's a reasonable thing for them to do based on the circumstances.
I'm anxious to hear on April 3rd what the format will be. Odds are everyone's kind of predicting that for AP World History and for AP US History, it will be SAQ format, which I think makes a lot of sense. And will be easy to review as far as skills go, because it's the easiest writing skill. As far as content goes, we're going to keep going in AP US History because all we have left is the 80s, 90s, and today. We think it's important for students to get the more recent history, even though it won't be on the AP test this year. Pages are actually kind of nice for kids in humanities because what was cut out was information that they learned freshman year. And so they're only going to have to review 2 units instead of 4 units during the AP test review. So that's kind of exciting that it'll all be a lot more fresh and we won't have nearly as much ground to cover in the test review. So I think it's going to turn out okay. It's a little bit weird and different, and certainly kind of disappointing that we've been working so hard on being, amazing writers and whatnot, and we won't get to show everything we can do on the test. But I think, given the pandemic situation, that any solution is a good one. So, yay!
Reporting for WTV, I'm Cooper Regal.
As we enter week 2 of the Frisco ISD COVID-19 e-learning system, Coach Yui Womble shares her suggestions for staying on task and keeping social while practicing social distancing.
Hi Redhawks, Coach Womble here, just checking in, seeing how everyone is doing. We are currently managing to get through our new world of homeschooling. My son and I are working at the table. He's doing science right now. My daughter is reading in the other room. And it's a lot different. It's hard to stay focused and keep everybody going. There's lots of distractions around here. We take quite a few breaks through the day. Our dog is so healthy because he's been walked so many times. But all in all, it's been going well. I miss seeing my students and my athletes, and that's probably the hardest part, is not having that structure of the school building and the bell schedule and that stuff to deal with. We've been using our alarm clock pretty regularly to stay on track. But other than that, we're on our own. So make sure y'all are keeping in touch with each other, social distancing, of course, but make the most of it. It can be positive. We get to spend lots of extra time with our kids, which is awesome. Although my daughter thinks that her homeschool best friend, her brother, is not that great. So
it's true.
Anyway, that's what our world looks like. Hope that you all are learning still and doing well. Get out and exercise. Go Redhawks.
A spring break trip to New York, cut short due to the outbreak of COVID-19, caused WTV's Brent Salakis to reflect on the importance of friends while learning from home.
Hello, my name is Brent Salakis, and today I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an insight into my life in quarantine. So basically, my routine that I have is I will wake up at about 9:30, and I will immediately wash my hands because, Corona and all that. But what I'll usually do is I'll get ready for my day, and then I will go to my computer, log on, and check my emails, and then I will start doing my work and start to, complete anything that I have to have for that day, any of the assignments that my teachers have given me on Canvas, Google Classroom, or via email. And basically, I will just, I'll go through my entire schedule, like first my A days and then my B days, and then I will complete the work that I have for that. So I usually will try to get ahead by doing more work and doing things that are assigned later in the week, or try to get everything done so that way I will be able to have more free time. For example, I've already finished, I've done all my chemistry, I've done all of my geometry, I've done all my world history, and so that way I can have more free time to myself and be able to do other things instead of just doing schoolwork all day. Then I usually will, after I finish all my work, I will go for a walk. I'll take my dogs out for a walk. I've done it every day, and usually I'll go with my family, or else I'll try to meet up with my friends. Since being outside, it's kind of a safe zone, honestly, to be able to see your friends outside. That's really the only way I'm allowed to see my friends at this point. Also, then I will come back. I will usually watch a movie, or I've been reading this book called Emma for a book club that I am in, that sadly we cannot meet because of the whole coronavirus, but I'm still reading it and we still talk about it. Then I usually FaceTime my friends a lot throughout the day, so that way we can still talk and do schoolwork together. I also will go over my lines for the Diary of Anne Frank. Even though sadly we had to postpone it, I still want to make sure that I'm on top of all my stuff and be able to still make sure that I know all my lines, my blocking and everything, so whenever we do have another day available, I'll be prepared and ready to go. I'll usually make dinner for myself with the bulk groceries that my mom and my parents have bought so that we don't have to go out. I'll usually prepare it for myself, and then I will just usually relax and hang out the rest of the day. My honest opinion about being homeschooled, I would have to say, is yes, I do like how we have, it's easy work and it's less work for now, but I do miss being able to see all my friends and being able to hang out with everyone, because I think it's kind of boring after a while, just sitting here on the computer all day, sitting. You kind of want to have some social interaction, but as we're practicing social distancing right now, it's kind of boring. The software that my teachers are using is, like I said, Google Docs, Google Classroom, and Canvas, and things like that. I'd say that my reaction to quarantine is I was actually in New York the week before all this started getting crazy, and we came back early from our trip because we realized that it was starting to get a little bit hectic, a little bit kind of, this is actually a big deal, a big thing that's going on right now. So I had to come home from New York. I would say the worst thing about this current situation, personally for me, is just not being able to see my friends and being kind of bored and isolated all day, because I really value and treasure those times I get to hang out with my friends, and it's really sad that I don't get to see them all the time, and I get bored really easily. But on the flip side, the best part about that is that I get to spend more time with my dogs, actually, and my family, and I get to do different things. I get to have more me time and have more, try some new things and skills out. I get to read more. I've been starting writing letters and, get to started a journal as well. My opinion on how all this will play out is that I think that it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I think there's going to be a time where it gets really, really hectic and even more bad to where it is now, to where restaurants get closed down. domestic travel gets closed down and all that things like that until they can really find a solution and shut it all down and contain this virus. But then I think it'll start getting better. Hopefully we'll be able to go back to school in the following year, the next year. But I think it will get worse before it gets better.
Thanks, Bryn. On this week's edition of Trivia, WTV's TJ Krulowitz tests students' knowledge on the ocean.
Hello and welcome to Wingspan Trivia. I'm your host TJ Krulowitz, reporting from my home office, and today we'll be testing students' knowledge on Marines over FaceTime.
The first question, name 3 oceans. Well, you see you got the Atlantic, the Pacific, and does the Indian Ocean count? I don't know, but Arctic Ocean, that's one.
The Atlantic Ocean.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Question number 2, what ocean is to the east of America? Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean is east of America.
.75% of the Earth's surface.
It covers 70% of the Earth.
Third question, what percentage of the ocean covers the Earth? That was a big number. Is it like 75? 76. I'm gonna put 76.
90% of the world's covered in oceans.
And fishes live in both lakes and the ocean.
Fish live in both the lakes and the ocean.
Fishes live in lakes or oceans? It's kind of a dumb question. Everybody knows that fishes live in lakes. JK, they live in both. All right.
Fish live in oceans, not lakes.
Reporting for WTV, this is TJ Krulowitz.
Even at home, Wingspan is determined to keep the community up to date on all news and announcements. Follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Virtual office hours are 1 to 3 p.m. on Monday and 9 to 11 a.m. and 1 to 3 p.m. on Tuesday through Friday. That's it for this special edition of the WTV Daily Update. I'm Kyle Strickland. Thanks for watching.